Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review a Megabloks Dragons Krystal Wars set released in 2003, and it's going to be the Vorgan Stronghold. So here's the box, quite big. So well, really quickly, of course, you will see the playset, the warriors fighting themselves, the two big dragons on this side. But one thing interesting to notice is that it's called Krystal Wars. This sub-team is called Krystal Wars, and of course you got some crystals in this set. And as you can see, the logo on the logo, you got the crystal that you're gonna have in the set. So I think it's quite cool to have some really unique logo to each set, and I think it's quite nice. Also, one thing interesting is that you can feel, I can say so, the foreground with your fingers, because there is a layer. They kind of add a layer of cardboard on some part, and this means you can really sense the foreground from the background, and it's really nice. It's really nice to have this type of things on the box. It really gives the box a unique feeling and really give it make it better, if I can say so. So this box can open, of course, and you will see then the two dragons, all the gimmicks explained, the different warriors, the crystals that can be found in every set, the playset, of course, itself in a more clear shot than on the front box. Also, one thing useful is that it shows the name of the dragons and also the name of each warriors, because each one got really a different and unique name, and that's quite cool. So they are all unique and all different, and that's really that's quite nice. Even if the dragons is called Mark, which is quite weird, I have to admit. It's not really heroic fantasy name, but still, that's nice. So I'm not going to talk about other names, not really interesting. Here, at the time, of course, you got some kind of clear plastic, but here, which showed you, in fact, a guy, his weapon, which was a chrome weapon, and also the crystal. So you can see through the plastic and see these three things: a minifig, a weapon, and the crystal. So I think that's all for the inside of the box. Now the back shows you most of the interesting set of this sub-theme, because Megabloks kind of release the set when they want to, and sometimes it's quite hard to keep track of what set belongs to which theme. So yes, here it's the most important set of the Krystal Wars sub-theme. And there you got a kind of a group shot of all the sets merged, put together in some big play sets, so quite interesting. And here a little description of the Vorgan Stronghold. So let me say, yes, the captured warriors are held at Vorgan Stronghold, help them escape and join the search for the magical crystals of power. So, sounds nice. And that was all for the box. Now, just let me show you quickly the instructions booklets, because yes, there is two of them, which is not really useful, I have to admit. One could have been just nice. So, of course, nothing we talk about. It shows you how to build the sets, the gimmicks. But some interesting thing to notice is that in 2003, Megabloks already put the cost for their parts if you want to order them, if some's broke or if some were missing or stuff like that. So it was really nice, because Lego waited for like 2006 before putting this type of things in their instruction booklets. Also, one thing interesting to notice is that on most of the steps you will have a top view of what you are to build, so it's really useful. And also you have to notice that on each page, as you can see, you clearly see the parts that you have to put on the already built parts. So I think it's these two type of things are really useful for young builders and stuff like that. So really nice for Megabloks to have really this type of instruction booklets, which are really detailed and really shows you what to do at which time, and I think it's really nice. Now let's move on to the set itself, and first the minifigs. So I'm going to show you all the three fakes from each armies to explain you how everything works. And well, but first you have some basic knowledge to know about the dragon's minifigs, and that's not depends on each army. So that means the spawns can be found in each army. So first, it's the articulations. Each of these guys got 1 point of articulation for the head, 1 for the arm, and 1 for the leg, because the hands cannot be turned, so that's to be noticed. Also, one thing important to notice is that every guy's got a unique head and unique weapon. Well, not maybe you will find the weapons throughout the sets, but each head and weapons are really different on each soldier. Then, one last point, I think, oh no, 2 last points, is that each of these guys, if they are Vorgan or Norvagan or Draga, each of them got the same legs, the same mold for the legs. And finally, each of these guys got a little magnet in their body, which will come in handy for the gimmicks. That said, now let's move on to the more specific details of each army. So the Draga will use the same body and head that the Warthog and Valtewan used in the first year of Dragon, so the 2002 year. But apart from that, they are all gold, as you can see, all golden with some touch of black and silver for the horn. Also to notice that, of course, the horn here was complete, but it broke some time ago because it's quite, of course, it's a little part, so it can be broken easily. I have to admit. And well, I think that's right also. You can see how it's made, and you can also notice the little sword which is directly molded on his back, and it's really a nice detail. But overall, you will see that Megabloks really put a lot of details on their parts and minifigs. So that's what a basic Draga looks like, excuse me. Oh no, excuse me, I forget the weapons also. So here comes the shield. The shield is the same for each Draga guys, of course. Oh yeah, it doesn't seem too old. Sometimes there is some problem with the Draga's hands. But it's really depends, in fact. Sometimes I have to admit that on some of these figures, the quality is quite random, but I do not have that many problems with this minifig, seriously. And his weapon. So here's the second Draga guy. As you can see, different head and weapon. Let's move on to another again really quickly. So you can see here it's really different. The body is different, the arms are different, the head is completely different. It's a totally different style of figure. So the Norvagan are more like the sea warriors. They are on boats and stuff like that. The Draga were more like the traditional warriors. Once again, here you can see a little crossbow directly modeled on his back. Once again, full of details. And of course the same articulations. Here the shield is different. More like a wood made, as you can see. With once again a unique logo, and the weapons here are more like axe or knives or stuff like that. So each army got really a different style of design and a different style of shield and weapons used. So it's really nice. It really helps to differentiate them. So here's the second Norvagan warrior of this set. So here I got some spare weapons, so I put the same axe, but you got some spare weapons, so you can choose them from. And finally the Vorgan, which are kind of like troll or orc. So one thing to notice which is very different is that the neck is not put between the shoulder, but is put directly on the body, and that gives you a hunchback feeling with these guys, which is really nice and really unique. So as you can see, they got the same legs but different arms, more like bar hands this time without any armors, and the same can be said for the body, and once again some weapon on his back. And of course some unique head, as you can see, this time the teeth are white, and once again it's not all green, you got some different type of green shades and really a glossy feeling, so it's not all green, you really got some different type of colors. And this type of horns are really unique. This time it's really wood made, their shield, as you can see, a little less complex. And the same can be said for the weapon. For the weapons, you can see, which are made with some ropes, some woods and stuff like that. So it's really nice. And here we go. Here we got all the different Vorgan's guys, because we got 6 of them in this set. So you can see each got a different weapon and different heads with some really specific arms. Oh no, yes, these 3 guys are really different. I thought they were similar, but no, really, it's all in the details. And one last guy is kind of the shape, if I can say so, of the Vorgan in this set. So he's got once again only one unique head, and also he got the chrome weapon, which is bigger than the other weapons, and of course it's chrome, so it's quite cool. And plus you have to notice that it's got a little magnet right here, which will come in handy later on. And that's all for the Minifigs. So I do not know. Let's keep on. Excuse me. With the dragons. So of course they are not brick built, they are really action figures, as you can see. And these dragons belong to the Vorgan, so of course they are quite like the Vorgans. This means quite ugly. They are not really the traditional dragon you might know. So this, as you can see, their wings are near destroyed. They really look like some big beasts, as you can see, some really with tons of muscle and quite bulky. So in terms of articulations, you got 2 points of articulation on the front legs, right here, which is quite nice. 2 again on the back, on the rear legs, right here and here. You can move the feet. Then 1 point of rotation per wings. You can also close or open the mouth, as you can see, and it's pulled back automatically in its original position. Quite nice. So of course it's made to eat some guys. You can see the mouth is quite empty, so you can really fill in some guys in there. Notice the hair, white hair, which are really a nice feeling. I have to admit, it's really a nice touch and really gives them a unique design. Also, if you put this off, you will notice 2 studs to put a guy on the dragon back, so it's quite nice. And the final gimmick you got with this guy is the tail, with this shape like that. In fact, to hold the Draga, or even Vorgan or non-Vorgan guys, you can put the guys in there perfectly. So that's quite nice. And also you can notice this part right here, which will be useful to put a chain on the dragon. And of course you can notice the colors, the different type of fades, of injected blacks and the yellow colors. So seriously, it's really an excellent paint job. Pretty well detailed and a true action figure. Seriously, it could have been sold separately because it's really have nothing to prove to other action figures. Seriously, it's really nice and pretty well detailed. And here comes the second dragon, which got a different head plate, as you can see. It's got no arm, and also it got bigger nostrils, as you can see, and of course a different color scheme, but still it got the same gimmicks, articulations and functions. But of course the colors here are a little darker, as you can see. And here we go, the 2 dragons included into this set. And that said, let's move on to the set itself, the playset itself, the Stronghold itself. So of course it's quite big, so I'm going to put it right here. I think that will do it. And well, I'm gonna explain quickly how it works, but there is nothing really to talk about. So, as you can see, we're gonna build this Stronghold on 3 base plates, which are these ones. One thing first to notice about Megabloks, for those who do not know this brand, is that, as you can see, their base plates are not covered with tons of studs everywhere. As you can see, there is some blank space, which are quite useful when you build this, because you can easily see where you're supposed to put the parts, because of all the studs are put and all the empty space are located. So that's quite useful for builders. And also, one other thing which is quite important is that the bricks, as you can see, are not normal bricks. As you can see, there is some, they are kind of designed and shaped to look like some stones, which were cut off on the sides, on the edges, and it really gives them a nice feeling and really gives them a wonky feeling. So not like a Lego, which just got a perfect shape here. It's a little cut on the edge and really gives them a wonky feeling, which is quite nice. A wonky feeling, and it's pretty cool. So that said, as you can see, the three base plates are linked together. You can see here the studless plates, which really are full of nice details and really cool, which helps to hold these two parts together. Then we're going to have the throne part here, excuse me, which is really one important aspect of the stronghold. And of course, it's held thanks to this big work parts right there. There's some place here, and as you can see, we're going to use some steps. So there's one part which are quite nice. This part, worky part, the same steps here. And as you can see, this part with this some kind of wood panel, once again pretty well detailed, as you can see, so it's really nice. Well, it's mostly used, like I said, as wood panels all over the place, but here it is used as a little bridge, and it's really nice in terms of details, and it's really got a unique design idea, I think. So it's really a nice idea to reuse this part not as a wall but as a little bridge. So seriously, thumbs up for this idea. I already thought it was quite interesting. So you got this step here. You also got another steps right there, which this time are made with some bricks and some big worky parts. So it's quite nice. It's asymmetrical, and so it's really nice. And then you got the throne part, which is full of gimmicks. So first, of course, you got the throne itself, pretty well detailed. Once again, this part, which are a little smaller than this one, but once again are made to look like some woods put together. You got also the flag, which is pretty well detailed. Two little flame right there, and then this part, which is quite useful to link the crystal. So here is the crystal, you can see. So it's unique to this set. It might have been recolored in other sets, but still, as you can see. And well, some metallic part here and also here. This means I'm going to link the two together, and well, I have to turn it and it's light up. And that's what is quite useful with this part, is that Megabloks designer thought of it. They thought that it is better if you can turn this on or off. So of course, you just have to turn this and it's off, and it's on. And it's really helpful because of course, on older dragon set, when you put the things on a dragons, it was forced to be light on, and of course it will waste the batteries off. And here you can choose. So of course it light off on a certain time. But it's really a nice idea to give you the choice to put this thing off or on. So firstly, once again, a nice idea. And then it goes this little part, which is quite useful. So let's just take the weapon, this scrum weapon. So like I said, there is a magnet here, and here it's the same. So the two, of course, are linked together. And then you can push this, and it will, well, it's a little trap which will make fall down the guys which is on it. So of course you can do that without the part, but it's a little funnier to put this thing here. Also notice this nice work shape part with a nice curve, so it's really a beautiful part once again. Then that was for this part. Now let's move on to the second section. Yes, also you can notice the chain here, which is linked to the specific part, which will be useful to link to attach the dragon. So let's move on to the second part, which is the crane part. So you can see it's once again made with big parts, which look like some wood parts put together. So once again, pretty nice and pretty easy to put on also. So this part here with the studs and the handle to put a guy on here. And which is quite nice is that because Megabloks do not really have Well, first, excuse me, I'm going to talk about the fact that you can put these things up or down like that. Like that, without any problems. And yes, what I wanted to say is that Megabloks do not have techniques, bricks, or stuff like that. They do not have some gears, so of course they choose not to make some gears to make the crane move up or down. Instead, they thought of something quite smart. Well, they thought that they just have to have this type of parts here, there, and then you just have to take the chain, and thanks to the hook, decide where's the way you want to where you want to put the chain. And of course, if I put it here, the chain will be a lot, as you can see, will be just here, which is different from, oh excuse me, which is different from putting the chain up there. So I thought it was quite smart and quite simple, but at least it works, and that's the most important thing. So here, once again, some really specific parts and a little magnet here, which will be useful to all the guys. And now for the last part of this set. It's a little smaller, as you can see. It's once again, it is once again made with base plates, but smaller as well. As you can see, two of them. As you can see, this part is over the ground thanks to some bricks which are put all over the place. You can also notice the steps made with bricks, the little campfire here with a bigger flame, excuse me. This wood part right there, which is just one part with the fence directly molded to it, so a nice looking part. And then tons of this parts that you have already seen, and some bricks to make kind of a jail, a little prison, a little jail to put the guys in there. So the famous captured warriors. And then I just have to put this part on the side, so it's not linked to anything, but it's supposed to go here. And that's all, guys. The playset is now finished. One last thing is the cannon launcher, which is this one. So as you can see, it's mounted on wheels, and of course it can be held by some guys thanks to this handlebar. And of course, because the cannon itself, you've got the cannon itself, which can be moved up or down, and can be fired thanks to this one button, like that. And I'm going to put this on the back, because you got really some nice empty space. So okay. So excuse me, I'm going now to add all the guys in there and do a little sum up. So well, the sum up is going to be pretty quick. In fact, I'm not gonna talk about it really long for a long time. Well, I think you have noticed that this set is quite the perfect play set. Because it's full of things. So first of all, it's full of warriors. You got tons of warriors. So first you got at least one guy per army. So this means you got at least one Norvagan, one Draga, and one Vorgan. So it's quite nice because at least you got all the different guys. You can see all the differences between the three armies, the different styles. So it's really cool. It's really cool, and each of those guys are once again pretty well detailed. Like that, in his throne. They are pretty well detailed. And alright, so first you got tons of things. You got like 10 minifigs. The three armies are well represented. So that's really a good point. Then you got the two dragons, not one, but two dragons, which are once again full of gimmicks, which can be really, they are full of playability functions. So of course it's just a recolor, but they are still pretty nice. They really have this creepy feeling, and the hair on the back is really a nice detail. That's not something you're gonna see in most construction toys. So 10 unique minifigs, two really interesting dragons, and finally, you got the playset itself, which, well, it's not full of little bricks, it's not full of details, but at least it's full of playability features. And that was counts here, guys. Because, of course, I think if you're the type of guys which prefer complicated set with little parts and stuff like that, well, you can. I like this type of set. But if you are the type of guys which like this set, of course, you will have understood that this set is not for you. You do not like this set because it's mostly made of big blocky parts, of bricks, stuff like that. So, of course, this set is all about playability. It's a play set it's a play set. It's the pure definition of a play set. It's got all you need to play with, and you can really have hours of fun with this set. So of course, like I said, it's got some problems. It's not full of details. Some of the guys are weak. This means sometimes the parts can be broken, but of course you can order them free on the website. But that might happen. I'm not gonna lie. That might happen. And apart from that, well, of course, if you do not like this set, you know that by now. And for the other guys, well, I think I can recommend this set because it's really a nice one. It's really a great play set. It's got a unique design because, of course, it's not a castle. It's not a castle or a boat or stuff like that. No, it's really a unique design, a unique play set thanks to the Vorgan ways, which is kind of, as you can see, kind of a savage way, if I can say so, a savage spacey of guys, kind of like troll, orc, stuff like that. So you only have their type of stronghold made with woods, bricks, and stuff like that. So unique playset in the Dragons universe sim, and I think that's quite all, guys. So see, I have nothing to add to this set. I think it speaks for itself. Full of guys, full of dragons, full of playability features. So if you like play with your set, it's great. And I have to say that myself personally, I do not play with it, but the overall design, even if it's made with big blocky parts, most of the time, well, at least it works. It's a great design, and it's really nice to look at it and to play with it. So overall, I said that I can recommend because, well, there was not that tons of drawbacks, not that tons of complaints. So I think that's all, guys. So hope you enjoy this review, hope you enjoy this set. Of course, if you have any questions or comments about this set, feel free to ask to post them on the comment section of this video. I will happily answer them. And that said, hope you enjoy, and see you later for another video review. Bye.